Good evening, everyone. This is the Upriver. Welcome to the Upriver Crawfish. This is your host, Sankara. We're back again for another update on the Ethiopian Civil War. Today is Christmas Eve, and let's go into it. So, this is Ethiopia. Give you the orientation. This is Ethiopia. The areas in pink and around here are the areas affected by the conflict. Let's fly in. This is Addis Ababa. The TPLF has been routed from Amhara. They retreated. This green area used to be the ceiling that the TPLF had outside of Tigray. But that is really no longer there. They have been kicked out of Tigray. They ran like the rats they are. The Ethiopian army did advance into Tigray from the south along the A2 highway. This highway is the Mekele Wodia Highway, and they capture all these areas you see with the blue dots. Well, one of the significant towns that they capture is Alamata, and they were just on the doorstep of Korem. But then, from all reports, is that the Ethiopian government have said they're going to halt in this area and encourage dialogue. My bet is this is because the U.S. has imposed sanctions on the Ethiopian government. Actually, the sanctions begin on the 1st of January. So this is a defining moment for the Ethiopian government. Yes, dialogue is obviously a good thing, but dialogue with a terrorist organization, I don't know how far that's going to go. Ethiopia is at a crossroads, and they have to make a decision. They're going to have to make that decision. Whether they want to live on their knees or they want to die on their feet. This war, the Ethiopian government had to fight it. It is totally unacceptable for to have another state within a state. For them to challenge the authority of the Ethiopian government. The Ethiopian government needs to get a hold of Tigray, the whole of Tigray. So if the conversation is going to be that TPLF will put their arms down, and the Ethiopian government will take over Tigray and pretty much make sure the TPLF can no longer serve as an armed group, then I think there's way there. But if the Ethiopian government is so afraid of sanctions that they will allow the TPLF, after what they have done, to come back in the full in government and then probably still have their weapons and men, I will see lots of problems ahead for Ethiopia. Because the U.S., well, Abiy Ahmed needs to understand, and the Ethiopian government needs to understand, is that Ethiopia served a purpose for the U.S. The U.S. used them to destabilize the Horn whenever they please. Any government that the U.S. didn't like, Ethiopia could be its little puppy to be sick on them. That's what they did to cause when TPLF was in power, to go after Eritrea. Twice they invaded Somalia because the U.S. said so. Somalia didn't do anything to them. They just invaded because the U.S. said so. Twice they invaded Somalia. And then the U.S. organized the other puppet African governments to form a AU force to go and rescue the Ethiopians that were getting themselves bogged in a quagmire. So that's the crossroads that Ethiopia have to do, and obviously they're going to have to do it. It's a good thing to have a dialogue to stop the war, but if the point of stopping the war now is only going to lead to a bigger war that would divide the country, then I don't see the point of stopping. Remember, this war had to be fought. And with the Ethiopian government have won, there are a couple of things that would have been in their shoes. One, they would have been able to put a leash on all those militias and let them know that the government is not taking mess from them. That ethnic fighting that keeps happening because one militia thinks that they're powerful than the other militia. This was the Ethiopian government would be able to put a stop to that. But if the Ethiopian government sits and let the TPLF achieve through dialogue what they couldn't achieve on the battlefield, then the central government will continue to be weak. Because the Oromo, they are looking. They are looking as well. I mean, the main Oromo, not those pipsqueak that joined the TPLF. The main Oromo party, they are watching as well. So if the central government cannot put a hold on this and have to succumb to U.S. economic pressure, then it's going to be a long day, a long war for Ethiopia. And Ethiopia will not regain its sovereignty. So, I'm very hopeful that the dialogue goes through. TPLF, from my perspective, TPLF leadership, they all need to go into exile. They need to cease to exist. And the TPLF as an organization needs to cease to, as a political organization, needs to cease existing. Maybe you can allow them to have some of their businesses and keep some of their businesses if they would behave like regular businessmen. But as a political entity, they need to cease to exist. As a military force, they need to cease to exist. So, I'm hopeful for this. Dialogue, but I hope the Ethiopian government understand what's at stake. Because that's the thing. The U.S. will strangulate you economically to sap your will to defend yourself from their imperial machinations. And if you will keep bowing to them because of the economic pressure, then that means you don't deserve to be sovereign. So I'm hopeful that the Ethiopian government will prevail. Let's see what form this takes. Once the TPLF got their butt kicked, they thought they were big stuff, walking around and invading the other regions and killing people and destroying, raping, destroying the territory and properties of the other regions, until the Ethiopian government put a stop to that. So now their backers are crying for them and trying to give them life. The Ethiopia government better not snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. That's the update for today. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.